Hello, Vasco. Great that you took some
Hello.
time for this. Um,
Hello.
you
Hi.
work with a special artist name. What's your artist name?
My artist name is Copperhead. Yeah, it was just a casual name, I think, that I invented when I was on Tumblr a few years back.
Hmm.
Actually, I had a blog called Testa di Cane. In Italian, it means dog head.
Hmm.
And then, but I was doing other kind of drawings and like more safe for work stuff. And then I invented this testa di rame that is like a kind of spider, but I didn't want to focus just on Italian speaking people, so I just translated it in Copperhead. But it was also resonating a bit with me because I'm a Taurus in the astrology, and copper is the metal like um, correspondent to Taurus. So
Hmm.
I mean, I'm very into this, and so I said, yeah, let's go with Copperhead.
Mm,
So
that's
this
cool.
is
Now.
the story behind the name.
Where are you from, and where did you grow up, and where are you now? Please tell a little bit about that.
Okay. I'm Italian, and I was born in a little city near Rome, 38 years ago, in the middle of 80s. So I'm a millennial, and yeah, I was born in Terni, as a small city, not very small, but yeah, like a lot of close-minded people there. So yeah, being queer, I always suffered a bit because of this. Like every queer person, I think, born in a little town. So I was always dreaming to live in a big city and move as soon as possible and yeah, reach for other people like more similar to me. I was always like very alternative since my teenage years, like 14 years old. I mm, went completely into underground kind of mm, outfits and lifestyle. I don't know, like so. Yeah, I was always surrounded by the most mm, mm, freaks of the
Mhm.
places where I was. I was always reaching out for the freakiest people around. So even in Terni, my little town, I was dressing like different and try to. Even though I'm an introvert, I was always trying to, yeah, being out. I don't know how to say with my diversity. Even though I wasn't very mm, conscious of my queerness yet. But yeah, then I moved to Rome, where I studied fine art academy in the fine art academy and studied painting, and I lived there for 5 years. And so yeah, Rome is a metropolis, like a
Mhm.
huge town. So this changed completely my mindset, and finally I reached other queer people, and I was able to yeah, to grow also in that way. But it wasn't enough because Italy is a very conservative country, I think. Especially Rome is yeah, is not it's full of
Not
people,
left.
very different people,
Mm.
very diverse people, like from extreme right wing to extreme left wing, and these different um, groups they're colliding very often. So I wasn't feeling so safe, and I wasn't completely out of the closet. So yeah, in the end, I moved to Berlin, where I lived almost 10 years. And that's the place where I really completely embrace my identity, um, because it's a very progressive city. And um, yeah, Berlin really shaped my identity. I think it was very cool. There I really understood, okay, I'm queer. I really understood what was meaning for me. This maybe I'm talking a bit too much, but it's like, but
as
yeah,
as you want.
okay.
You're free, and it's
No,
nice
because
to listen.
every time people ask me where I'm from, is a bit difficult because I
Mhm,
moved when I was 19 from my hometown and lived here and there, and now I'm in Bologna,
mhm,
and because now I'm in my late 30s, and but I moved here when I was 32, and I needed some more humane place, like a smaller town. But Bologna is very, it's like a little Berlin, like it's very progressive, and there is a very big queer movement, but it's still a little city, so you have this feeling of I don't know, humanity that I lost a bit in Berlin, because Berlin is such a huge place and you tend to disappear a bit. So yeah, I think now I live here and I feel very good. So I think I'm from Bologna. All of this was to saying that I'm from Bologna.
cool. How to get into drawing and painting? How did you start?
I think that drawing was always it was always innate in me, and it was always my media to express myself since I was very, very young. Like since I remember, my favorite pastime is drawing. Like when I was a toddler, like my parents just gave me paper and crayons, and I would sit there and drawing like for hours. So like dreaming, like words, and like I was always yeah, it was my media, and luckily my parents are really, my family in general is very supportive, and they always supported me, and always um, pushed me to to evolve, no, not evolve, but to nourish this talent, this I don't know, like
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a talent. It's a bit stupid to to tell to myself that I'm talented, but yeah, like they always.
Yes.
My father was also an artist. He's well, he's still alive, but he doesn't paint anymore. But when I was a little child, he was painting, so he was very happy to have a son that was also art inclined, because my older brother is sport inclined, and my little sister is I don't know, like other things, and I was the only one with um, these interests, and yeah, so I was very lucky to have this kind of parents and family. So yeah, I draw since I have memory, like um, it's me drawing and getting my hands are completely colored and splashed with painting, and mm, but avoided artistic studies until college, university. I don't know why. Like I did classical high school, so I suffered a bit because there they were a bit um, like pushing down this my instincts of creating, So as soon as I was finished, I just enrolled in the Fine Art Academy, and there I met other artists, and it was also like discovering queerness. Like finally, I had my people around me. So yeah, and so yeah, drawing and art was always very important for me. Also, it was very connected with sexuality all the time. Like I started drawing erotic stuff very young, like when I was in middle school, around 11, 12, when I
Mm-hmm.
started having developing my sexuality. It was growing also in my heart. And so this was always my something very constant in my life.
Mm-hmm. That's also the second question. So, what inspires your art? Like, yeah.
Mhm. Well, as I said, my parents, especially my dad, they're very art inclined and they like art a lot. So since I was a little child, I was always reading, not reading book, well, also reading, but I had a lot of art books in my house,
Which artist
comics.
specifically inspired you?
Um, let's say that when I was a child, I started with, of course, not erotic stuff, like, but dark stuff. Like I was always attracted by art, dark artists or weird or I don't know, like um, Bosch was one of my
Mhm.
favorite, is one of my favorite classical artists. So from really from the past, like I'm saying, like not erotic artists or queer artists, because this came later in my life. So I
Mhm.
started with this, and I don't know, Asher, um, Caravaggio, like all these tormented kind of
Mhm.
artists. And
And I
later
can
in
see it in
life,
your art. Like in a Bosch painting, there's often a lot going on and
yeah,
many figures doing things.
yeah,
Mhm.
also naked bodies and mm, strange creatures, and like there is also a lot of erotism going on there, or in Caravaggio or Michelangelo, like classical art was always
Mhm.
full of queerness also. So,
Mhm.
but there's more like museum kind of art. So I discovered erotic art later when I was a teenager, thanks to internet. That was my window on the
Mhm.
gay world. Like, oh, okay, there is someone else like me out there. So yeah, I think one of the first gay artists that I discovered was, of course, Tom of Finland,
Mhm.
and from there I reached other other artists that are very important for me. Like I'm not very manga so much, but there is Tagame, I think is the pronouns. I'm not sure. This is the right pronouns. He's a Japanese artist. I don't know if you know him. Um, it's very extreme, but this was one of the first artists that I was like, wow. And there is a French artist that was very important to me. That is Logan. I don't know if you know him. Is
Not on this one.
these are all very pornographic
Mhm.
artists, but yeah, these were my most influential artists. I think that well, there are a lot of them, but thinking now, I just I can think of these three as the most influential for me, and but yeah, like, and I read a lot of comics and like Möbius or like not erotic or yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I get a lot of influence also from the music. And this French artist Logan is actually also a metalhead, and so for me, finding not only a comic artist but also a metalhead and also into bears like me, it was like wow, this is really cool. And there was a website that I think is still on that I was using a lot. Um, it was the name was Orzi Italiani, it's like Italian bears,
Mhm.
and they had like a gallery of artists, and there it was one of my first gay website that I found on the internet. So from there, I started I started exploring this world of gay
Mhm.
art, and yeah, I think these are the most influential artists for me.
Cool. I will check some of them out.
Yeah, I
Um,
can provide links if you
hmm?
want.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
In your art, there are also very often occult symbols and stuff. Do you follow a particular religion, movement, or tradition? Or do you belong to a pagan group?
Mm, no, I don't belong in any group and I don't belong to any religion. I'm actually, I would say, anti-religion. Maybe this is a bit
Mhm.
extreme. And I'm a very, I don't know, like I was always very interested to the dark matter and not dark matter, but the dark, um, I don't know how to say, like also in the art, like mm, yeah, like gothic dark art. So, and I'm always very drawn to the spirituality since I was a child, and but from the teenage to all over my 20s, I kind of I ran away from this. I was I was like trying to, I don't know, I was like an atheist, and very rationalist, especially in high school. I was a bit in politics, not quite a bit into politics movement. So um, very left wing, so very anti-church, and I was like, mm, I don't know how to say, like canceling this from my life.
Mhm.
But I always had like paranormal experiences or stuff that I couldn't explain, especially connected to my dreams and that, and like, yeah, these intense things that happen in life. So yeah, when I was around 30, I started, thanks to a friend, especially that is in America, is a older guy that guided me, and I can say initiated me in some way, because I was going through very a rough time, like health issues and mental health issues. And I would say that spirituality like saved me in some way. So and it helped me a lot to cope with struggle. So and I was also more mature, and I was more open-minded, like that okay, I know there is something out there that I can't explain, and I was just embracing it. And so I started experimenting and reading a lot and watching podcasts or like, listening to podcasts or videos while I was drawing. And yeah, like at first I was like very interested in Wicca, because I think Wicca is something that is very like, if you are interested in some stuff, it's one of the first things that you get to know. So it was like my door to this world. But being so like I can't deal with religions. Like for me, it's very like institutional the religions and organized religions. For me, it's my personal point of view. For me, is very can be very um, destructive, as we can see in the world where we live. So I can kind of refuse this. And I think the spirituality is very intimate and personal, at least my spirituality. I don't want to say that for everybody should be like this. But so from that I was never been in any coven or in any organization. I was just practicing myself. And from that I started being interested in traditional witchcraft. That is more like is not a religion. So I felt more like myself in it. But in this like in this kind of in this kind of stuff, there is always people that is gonna say to you, "This is not good. How are you doing? Is wrong. This is wrong. You should do this and that." And I don't like it. Like I'm an anarchist, so I can't stand structure in any case. So from that, I discovered chaos magic, and I don't know if you are familiar with it.
And yes, I just want to ask when you say you're an anarchist, and so then I would be
No.
my question. So do you practice chaos magic? And yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's also because chaos magic is very connected to art.
Hmm.
One of them, or one of my more influential artists is also Austin Osman Spare. That is one
Yeah.
of the I think I would say father, but there is a better word in Italian that now I can't find in my English vocabulary. Like if he founded Chaos Magic, but he didn't know that he was founding Chaos Magic as well. It just was putting the seeds of Chaos
Mhm.
Magic, and the people after him was developing it. And he was a very great artist. And and when I discovered his stuff, I really understood, okay, this is my pet. And basically, you can, in Chaos Magic, you're free to make your own rules and to build your own mm, deities, system, and practice. So I didn't feel this I don't know, like structure around me, and I felt very free. And yeah, I think is my pet would be that of the pet of chaos. So
Cool.
yeah, also sigils are very sigillation is a very cool practice. I think gave me a lot of results in my life. So it's the only. practice that I have. Thanks to this practice, I can really say, okay, I reached something material from my practice, and
Mhm.
so yeah, mm, yeah. I think it's also my bio on Instagram, like Kaote. Well,
Mhm.
it's actually werewolf Kaote because the wolf is also my mm, spirit animal. I don't know. So yeah, this is my. I don't know if it's clear. Or if
Yes,
it's
yes, it's clear to me.
like a
Thank you for the
delusion.
insights. It's a very personal topic. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just seeing with a technical question with the Zoom. I don't have the pro account, so I think it interrupts now.
Oh, okay.
And maybe when we come again to this link, so
Okay. So should we go out and start again?
yes.
Okay.
So see you in some moments.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is about the technique. What technique do you prefer to work with for your art, and why do you use this technique?
Nowadays, I use completely digital art, like especially with Copperhead. I use my iPad and Procreate. Um, and I miss a bit the analogic media like paper, ink, black ink and paper, because this was always my favorite media since I was a child. But the problem is that I really don't have time. Like, and it's actually also cheaper to do digital art because the material cost a lot, and yeah, like it's a bit of pity because I'm always afraid to forget how to draw on paper because whenever I try to draw on paper again, I have this automatic um, gestures. Like I try to zoom in on the
Yes, that
paper.
happens to me too. When I'm drawing a lot on the iPad, I do this on the paper often.
Yeah, that's very. I feel very stupid, but yeah, I hope one day I can go back to analogic. But I don't know. I feel also a lot of pressure with social networks, like that. You need to constant post something, or you get forgotten right away. So I have like this urge to post all the time, and it's also my job, like
Mhm.
my income is social networks. So I have this pressure a bit. Like I'm grateful to be able to work with this because I'm free from a lot of other kind of pressures. But yeah, there is this also this side that is a bit like alienating to do everything on digital. But yeah, I
Mhm.
like it. Like, it's also very versatile. You can print, you can, yeah, like it's good.
Mhm. Which of your artworks do you yourself find most exciting, or are you most excited about, and why is that? And then please talk a little bit about that.
Which of my art?
Yes,
You mean like which
your
illustration?
favorite piece?
Ah, I don't know. Like I publish really a lot of stuff. So I think I'm more like fulfilled when I can do a mm, bigger project. Like in the past, I draw deck of cards.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Actually, like tarots, but they're actually oracles because
Mm-hmm.
it's its own system, and it's very cool. I love it. It's one of my yeah, I think it's my favorite project that I did. Like because I did it in a quite short time. There are like 50 cards, and I did them in I made them in 1 year, something like that. And I also printed them for me. My my goal is to print and sell them, but it's not so easy right now to deal with all of this system of printing, selling, shipping, and I did it in the past with other projects, and it was very stressful. So, but I hope in the future I can print it and ship it. And other projects are many years ago, right? Like I'm thinking, I think it's almost. I think it was 2017. I did the zodiac signs. They're like in a
Mm-hmm.
more like in a comic style, like funny style than my most recent works. And from this series, I got a lot of followers. I remember because zodiac signs are such a popular thing out
Mm-hmm.
there. Like, people, it's very, I don't know, that people like it a lot. So this was also, and I did a calendar out of them, like each month with one sign, like printed, like few years. Yeah, I think it was almost 8 years ago, something like that. It doesn't feel for me a long time ago, but now that I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, I did this thing a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there is a couple of booklets that I also never printed, but they are ready to be printed that I love. And right now I'm doing Inktober,
Mm-hmm.
daily posting, and I'm doing a story, and I really like it. I would like to do more stories and also comics in the future if I will have time. So yeah, I think rather than the single illustrations, I prefer more like projects that are more, I don't know how to say, like multimedial and like
Mm-hmm.
with the text and the story and the background story and maybe a lore and recurrent characters. I love these world buildings kind of projects more than the single illustration.
And so what's coming? Do you have a project like this that you're planning? Um, and do you have exhibitions planned?
Um, what's coming? Well, now, as I said, I'm working on this story, and I would like to print it also, but I don't know how and when because of this. Because yeah, in the past I was doing this fanzine, and it was so time consuming, and it was really cool, but it was really the name was Civics of the fanzine, like XYWYX, and I loved it, but it was really, really stressful for me to deal with the shipping and printing and invoicing because there is also this is my job, so I need to do everything very good, also in a financial kind of way. So I need to find the key to don't get burnout because of my art, and make it like my life support. I don't know how to say, not life support, uh, my job, my
Mhm.
work. So yeah, I need to find the key, and I got lost a bit. Well, yeah, I would like to print this story that I'm working on, and I recently opened a Patreon. So together with my boyfriend, my boyfriend is much more outgoing than me and is very extrovert, and is pushing me to go on public, let's say like that, again, because before I was doing a lot of exhibitions and like zine markets in squats and queer places or events, and I don't like to be around people so much. So for me, it was really, really.
Mhm.
I don't like to expose myself so much. I'm very introverted, and mm, it's good to have a feedback, but it's also sometimes is a bit too much for me. So I don't know about exhibition. My boyfriend is also very creative. Is He does stitching, art, embroidery. So we have a lot of projects together that maybe we can present as an exhibition in the future, like with my drawings, and is like he would like do embroidery of my drawings, and would be cool to do an exhibition with them. But yeah, like I don't know. I don't have anything like really set in the future. Now I really want to focus on my new Patreon, and also to finance my future projects. Like I
Mhm.
would like to print stuff and yeah, sell my art on internet, online, and spread it around the world. And luckily, I have a lot of people following me and supporting me. So I hope this is gonna be possible. And after this, we will see if we are gonna do exhibitions, and I will let you know. I don't know.
Mhm.
Would
Cool.
be Maybe I can come to Munich and do something there. I don't know.
Yes, that would be great. Yeah. Just keep in touch. You.
Yeah,
And thank you very much for all you shared. And
thank
yeah.
you.